Hey friends, welcome back to Andy's Audio Crap. If it's your first time here, hey, we talk about audio gear and mostly vintage and mostly crap, but in this case, well, let's talk about this Andover. This Andover needs to get returned to its owner. So you can see I am just absolutely cluttered to the max here because I'm doing a stereo rebuild. I just got done doing the maintenance on this and I thought, well, I need to test the phono preamp in here anyways, so let's just do this one and get that one knocked out too. All right, the testing is done. Both pieces work wonderfully. What had happened on this one was, well, the stylus had snapped off. But it was still making noise. It is snapped off in such a way that it would still follow the groove, which was the oddest thing I've ever seen, but it sounded like absolute dog snot. All right, so got that all repaired, made sure the belt was good, made sure all the lube was good on this, but I've never ever seen an Andover turntable. And when I went in to pick this thing up from the local audio store, he had the base for it, which was it looks like this. His is white, so this is the Andover we have in front of us, but he had this base, and that's exactly what he has right there, that white one. And that base, the turntable sits directly on top of it, and it sounds absolutely to die for good. He actually had a dual sitting on top of it, and he was, you know, subbing in the dual for this one, and he uses it to audition records before he puts them out on the floor for sale. And I tell you what, I was just taken back. His office is probably a 10 by 12 area, maybe 12 by 12, I don't know. But you get the point. It's a pretty small area. It's the size of a room, and it filled that space so well. And so I was like, well, how much are those things? And they're actually really, really affordable. Like, you can get this one here, which I imagine is somewhat similar, for $300, and this one here, well, it's not clicking through, but you get, oh, there it is. Oh gosh, man, there's so many different options. I haven't even looked at them, but my goodness, they are like drop dead good compared to what I've seen in the past. Like the Audio Technica that I recently reviewed, you know, go a couple videos back, it has like a teak oak finish to it. Like, if you, here, let's just put the tone arm down. All right, you hear it going, right? No feedback. Do you hear any feedback coming through the speakers? If I even like barely put my fingernail down on that Audio Technica, it would just like resonate through the entire speaker system, or the, you know, it would resonate really bad. You could hear everything that was going on. This thing is just good, and it's built to be put on top of a speaker unit, so you know it's got some serious vibration control going on inside of it. And when I took it apart and started tinkering around with it and looking at it, like even the spindle is setting somewhat loose so that it can give a little bit. So I am like flabbergasted. The only thing that really hurts this for me is that it's just a matter of taste. I've eaten up too many stylus, because as you can see on this record, you see how that the label is not on there perfectly, and it actually comes close to making contact with the final line where the stylus is gonna rest. And in the case that I don't get to it quick enough, it's gonna, that paper will eat away at that needle really bad. And it doesn't take long. It doesn't take many strikes against it. Even though you're gonna hear it, it's gonna that's just the absolute worst sound ever. That paper is bad. It's bad news for a stylus. All right, so anyways, the other thing that I really like about this one, and you guys are gonna beat me up about this, but I love the AT3600. I've just through testing so many turntables, like to test a turntable, I need a stylus and a cartridge that are just dead cheap, because if I need to replace something on it, I can't go drop $150 on a stylus. So 15 bucks for an AT360 stylus, hell, it's 20 bucks for the whole darn thing. So I keep lots of them around, and so I've become quite accustomed to the way they sound. And I think, coupled with a good stereo, fresh rebuild by the way, and some good speakers, is hands down one of the better ones that you can get for free, as included with one of these. Now, unlike many of the modern $200 to $300 range turntables, you can change the cartridge on this one. Like, you get into the Sony, I don't remember which one it is, the lower end Sony, and you can't change the cartridge in them. You just can't. And that's for me a problem, because after I get tired of this 3600, I want to take it off and I want to put something else on there. So it's just an absolute beautiful player. It only does 45, 33. You're not going to run any 78s on it. No, I don't know anybody who does run 78s anymore. I used to, just for the heck of it, but I really like 70s rock, and it's really hard to find 70s rock on 78. So there's that. The turntable platter mat, let's go ahead and kill it. See, look at that. It has a micro switch. This pisses me off. It has a micro switch on this side. Sorry, I'm going to go into a riff. It has a micro switch here. Why can't it have one there to stop it? That's so freaking irritating. Okay, anyways, doesn't cost much. Doesn't cost much. All right. So anyways, the what was I gonna say? Oh, the platter mat. Let's look at the platter mat. It is rubber on this one, so you're not getting that felt, and so you're not gonna get the static buildup. This also has some heft to it. When I pulled it off, it's probably better than a pound. Most of them nowadays are about like 8 ounces, and they're just absolutely worthless. And then this platter mat has actually got some weight to it too, so I don't doubt by the time you've got all of this together, you got 1.5 pounds of moving mass, which is going to help your you know, your consistency and your time. As far as the internals, it does have a preamp on it. It does have a power on off switch in the back. I hate that. This stop effectively kills the power as well though, so you're cool with this. So now, like, it will not turn on, which is awesome sauce. But if it does get jarred, if it's sitting on the 33 and this falls off, it's going to start going. The weight is adjustable. Love that. I like the way that this arm is built out. It's very sturdy, and as far as like the way that the entire thing is presented, it's modern and retro at the same time. I love the look of this, as well as the flat, thin appearance of this. Now, it does have a bottom edge to it. I'm not going to show it in the video here, but it does have some stuff going on, so it does have depth. The feet on this thing are just absolutely wonderful. They remind me of my running shoes, in that they're like super cushy, super soft. And it does, I don't think I mentioned this, but in case I did, I apologize, I'm going to mention it again. It does have a preamp built in, so you can go straight out or you can use the preamp. So you can go preamp right to your edifiers or whatever it is that you have, your clips or whatever, your powered speakers. And what I'm choosing to do is run it through this because I'm trying to test this. Not trying, I am testing this. Anyways, hey, you guys, this is an awesome player. And if you're considering something within that $200 to $400 range, hands down, this has got my vote. If it had an auto return or an auto stop in the center, I would be buying one for myself. But it doesn't, because I fail at realizing the record is stopped. Actually, I'm just horribly distracted. And Hell, I came down here the other day and my soldering iron had been on for 24 hours. I'm just distracted. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. You can watch some of my other videos where I'm a mess. Have a good day.